know, and we'll do that one after. Sherman's going to see how he feels, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, fucking weather changes, man. Everyone's sick.
Oh, it's up and down. It's raining all week. Then it's 30 degrees. Then it's raining. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can hear, I'm fucking sick too. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
All right, here we go. Let me get a quick. We got our 2 snaps done, and yeah, we should be honestly good to go. Let me. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm rolling our intro.
All right.
Leg out.
I've hit other buttons accidentally.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what?
let me hit that again here. 1 second. I'm dusting. There we go. I was dusting. Okay, now we're good. For real this time. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commander's number 1. I am one of your hosts, Daniel. I am joined today with Sherman. Sherman, how you doing?
Good, a little stuffed up, but it is what it is. So anyone that's listening, you might hear me mute myself in the middle of conversation here from coughing or something like that. But other than that, how are you doing?
I'm good. I've been having a good time. Yeah, Thunder in the chat. Nice intro. I've been having a good week. Lots and lots of reading, lots and lots of swimming and stuff. So, been trying to keep busy with that. Busy week at work. So, the Thursday night I was off a little bit early, so I went and played games at the card store. We played till like I think 11 p.m. It was a really good time, really good visit with we had the owner come out. Like Adrian played with us too.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got lots of games, and I think we got 7 or 8 games in. I actually got through a ton of games, and I played a bunch of really, really old decks like Obika and Veyran and stuff, like things I haven't touched in ages. So I got one of my little brothers came out to play too, and he played the Sidar, like the Knights deck.
Oh yeah,
with not very many upgrades, and it slaps. It's a really good deck.
Horsemanship.
Yeah, it was honestly a pretty crazy deck. It's a pretty insane reanimator. I see why so many people were very interested on it. We were gonna do some spoilers talk, but Slothy's not feeling too good, and I really like to. I hate on a lot of stuff, right? So I see too many things that I'm just like, oh, this card sucks, and someone gives me a great idea. I'm like, wow, that card actually seems really good. Now I want to build this. So we'll hit our spoilers talk after, but Sherman had a really cool deck. So do you want to read what this commander is and just jump right into this?
Yeah, so we have our card, our commander spoilers. No, it's we should hit our sponsors first, actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, this is you make a very good point. The Final Fantasy set is coming up, and all these cards are going to be very expensive. You're going to want a discount on these cards for sure. I think this commander's already sitting at $75-$80. It's you want it. Go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. You're going to get a great discount. They're going to be fast. They've got always wonderful stock and supply. So again, go over there. If you like what we're doing, like, share, subscribe. It really does help out. Come over onto Patreon, brew decks with us, play some spell table games with us. We didn't get one of these set up this week, sadly, so there wasn't enough people. So get over and play some spell table ones with us on Patreon, and put these in AI Armor sleeves. They've just been a wonderful company. They're very supportive. They're very good quality sleeves. They're still my favorite sleeves to shuffle up. And with all of that, let's get into what this crazy commander is.
All right. So you guys all knew we had to eventually talk about this. We already kind of did a deck tech on this character, but there's another one that was spoiled, and that's going to be Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier, for 2 in a black, with a mono black. Yay! Don't see that often. Like Daniel said, this is a bombshell card. It's expensive. So I try to make it kind of as cheap as we could really make it cheap in order to keep like the theme. But let's see what it does first. So Sephiroth, legendary creature, human avatar soldier, is a 3/3. When Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, you draw a card. Nice. Okay. So, whenever another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, you transform Sephiroth
Really quickly, before we go to that second side, that's pretty wild stat lines. Again, a 3/3 at 3, that is a draw engine, a sacrifice outlet, and like an aristocrats in the command zone. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So the fact that it's already aristocrats in your command zone is really, really, really strong. Right?
You see a lot of things like Ellis Ilkor, that one, where that's a legendary that gives you like a life loss, a life gain kind of thing from the, and those are great decks, but having a sacrifice outlet on enter on, that's strong. That's very strong.
It's silly. So,
and let's see the
it
flip.
does flip. Yeah. And that's going to be Sephiroth, one-winged angel. So once again, we knew that they had to reference this somehow from the game, right? So, and when he comes down, he's a legendary creature, Angel Nightmare avatar. That's a 5/5 flyer. Okay. So as Supernova, as this creature transforms into Sephiroth, one-winged angel, you get an emblem with whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So you get basically a Blood Artist emblem every time it transforms.
Yeah, you can stack emblems.
Yeah, there's nothing against it, and we still can't interact with emblems. Okay, but that's not all. We still have the another ability. When Sephiroth attacks, you may sacrifice any number of other creatures. If you do, draw that many cards.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really stupid.
First, I can see why it's an expensive card. That's an insane emblem, and again, it also still enables the second side, a mass enable of sacrificing is wicked.
Yeah. So like once we have Sephiroth transformed, we're gonna be aggressive with it. We're gonna attack people like crazy and force them to use some sort of removal on our own commander because we want to recast it just so we can get another emblem. Well, we can sacrifice it ourselves, but you know, it's better to be more aggressive and force their hand.
I was gonna say that, yeah, like you have to almost just take the commander damage because you don't want this to be able to flip again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like that's pretty gross.
And it's not chump change for the damage. It's a 5/5.
Yeah, 5/5 flyer is pretty good.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, like a few attacks, then like you either die from damage or you die from commander damage.
Black has like so many of those instants too that are just like the things like I think it's like Kaya's ghost form, stuff like that just insta brings it back. Like, brutal.
I did not throw those in here just
that's fair.
To change it up a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. I was gonna say I'm excited to see how you built this, but again, I'm happy and sad that this doesn't have access to green. If this had been like a green, I don't know the lore of Final Fantasy stuff at all, so maybe it just doesn't make sense. But if this had been a green-black commander and I could have my General Golgari token nonsense, nobody would want to play with me.
Yeah, no, like if it was anything, it might be like Rakdos, like black and red. It's like pure like fight, anger, and all that stuff. Like he hates the world, all that stuff. So maybe those 2 colors, but
that's fair. Red does have crazy tokens still too. So I'm glad they kept this to just mono black. Honestly, this paired with any other color like red and white or black and white, black and red, like any other main token generating color would be pretty gross.
Yeah, 100% for sure.
So let's hit this ramp here. I'll start us off. We've got an Arcane Signet, 2 mana. You're going to tap, add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Black needs as much help as it can get with ramp.
Yeah. The next one is going to be a black market. So for 3 double black, so it's 5 mana, quite a bit. It's an enchantment. Whenever a creature dies, put a charge counter on black market. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add a black for each charge counter on black market. So this can actually get to the point where late game, we have enough where we can sack our own commander and then recast it just because we have so much mana. And it can pay for its mana, commander tax as well.
That's cool. Yeah, that stocks up pretty good, especially if you're already trying to sacrifice some creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Charcoal Diamond. Again, we need ramp, so a 2 mana. Enters tapped. You just get a nice, simple black mana.
Then we have the Commander Sphere. For 3 mana, tap for add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity, and you can sacrifice it, draw a card. So, emergency draw.
I like it. I also like that the commander just has draw kind of built into it. We have our Crowded Crypt here. 2 and a black. I actually really like this one. You don't see it too much. I don't see it too much because I don't play too much black, but it taps for a black mana already, which is, again, basically, for our intents and purposes, Commander Sphere 2. Whenever creature you control dies, you put a corpse counter on it. And then 4 double black, tap it, sacrifice this. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed for each corpse counter on it, which is, again, that can be a game ender after a massive board wipe.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, it can be a game ender in that sense, or it can be a game ender if we have our emblems out and we have a sack outlet.
Yeah, true. Because, nothing stops you throwing those zombies away again.
Yeah. We are multi-purpose in this deck. We don't have just one win condition. We have multiple win conditions.
We're zombie recycling. I like it.
Next one is going to be Decanter of Endless Water for 3 mana. You have no maximum hand size, and you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color.
It's like one of my favorite rocks.
It's just nice.
We have a Mind Stone. Again, cheap ramp. I assume you want to get this commander online as soon as possible.
100%. We don't care. We just want it out there just in case people are killing stuff. It's going to die. People are going to hold up their removal that exiles, and it's fine. We don't care. We're just going to pump out stuff.
Well, to go back to that too, if you do have a sack outlet, you can just flip this the first turn it comes over if you have it, right? So this hitting the battlefield, I insta sack, I get 4 more, emblem number 2.
No, but that's the thing. You have to sacrifice. When a creature dies and you do the Blood Artist trigger, you have to do it for at least 4 times.
No, but that's what I mean, right? If we have a sack outlet and stuff, and this just comes down, nothing stops us from sacrifice, new emblem. I sacrifice Sephiroth, new emblem. You can keep it going. A lot of times those big problematic cards have to wait to get around, right? The Planeswalker alts, you usually got 2 or 3 turns before you can get to it. This just, if you're holding it up and you're just having a good hand, the turn this comes down may give you that emblem.
Yeah.
Scary. We have our Mind Stone, like I said, nice 2 mana rock. Tap for a colorless, and then 1 on the tap, sack it, draw a card later on.
Then we have a Pitiless Plunderer for 3 black. Human Pirate is a 1/4. Whenever another creature you control dies, you create a treasure token. Once again, we're trying to benefit from people our creature dying as well.
Yeah, the most we can get out of it. A Pristine Talisman's up next. 3 mana rock. You add a colorless when you tap it, and you also get a life.
Chances are everyone's going to be attacking you, so I don't get that. Some life gauge,
You're going to make enemies. I do like that it's targeted, so I can point the hatred at one person.
Yeah. And the hatred's going to be towards the deck, unfortunately.
True.
The next card we have here is your basic Soul Ring. So for 1 mana, tap to add 2.
Solemn's also very good. I don't play with Solemn enough, to be honest. It's so cheap now. I should. 4 mana Solemn Simulacrum. It's a Golem 2/2. When it enters, you can search your library for basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then you shuffle. When this creature dies, you may draw a card. And I'm gonna always draw a card if it dies.
Yeah, it's gonna die. And then our last ramp card is gonna be a Thought Vessel for 2 mana. You have no max hand size, you can tap to add 1 colorless.
Yeah. I like that. Pretty solid little section for ramp, like nice 12 cards deep.
Yep.
I like the name of section number 2. Almost auto transform. Okay.
It's because, it's in case, like, this involves that everyone, like, all your opponents have at least 1 creature out that they cannot sacrifice, like, right away to. Or, actually, they can, it doesn't matter, but, like, well, let's just go through it. So, I'll take the first card now and explain why.
1 second, really quickly. I keep reading commanders wrong. So whenever another creature dies, this isn't even your creatures?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's why this is almost auto transform.
Yeah.
Because if we sit down, everyone sacrifices something, then boom, yay, we get it. But if one person's missing a creature, then it doesn't auto transform.
That's rough. I like I said, I thought it was because I was like, oh, we need tokens and stuff. It's whenever our creature dies. No, it's not our creature. Wow. Okay. It's even stronger than I thought. Okay, so you've got insta transforms basically, like you said. If everyone has a creature, I'll start us off here with this Accursed Marauder. Oh, it's a great section, Sherman. I'm excited about this. 1 in the black for a 2/1 zombie warrior. When it enters, each player sacks a non-token creature, which for you can just be that Accursed Marauder even.
Yeah, 100%. So, and then we have the Fleshbait Marauder for 2 in the black. Zombie warrior, it's a 3/1. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. I see a theme here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sensing a theme. You also have your Merciless Executioner, 2 and a black. Is it just the same card? It's a 3/1 Orc Warrior instead of Zombie Warrior. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacks a creature. Okay.
And then we have a Playcrafter for 2 and a black. It's a 3/2. And the Human Shaman, when it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. So it's better, but at the same time, they sacrifice a planeswalker instead of a creature. It doesn't transform.
That is fair. But still, some planeswalkers are annoying. I'd like to get rid of a few of them anyways.
Yeah.
This deck seems mean already. We're 4 cards into the list, and I don't like it.
Yeah. But that's what everyone's gonna build Sephiroth around. It's sacrifices.
Oh
constantly,
yeah.
Or like things dying.
That's very good. We have our sacrifice outlets next. We've got 5 of them. So we start us off with a Chittering Witch. 3 and a black for 2/2 human warlock. When this creature enters, you create a number of black rats equal to the number of opponents you have. Awesome. And then 1 in a black, sack a creature. Target creature gets -2/2 till end of turn. Good use.
Yeah. So it allows us to get around like people that have invincibility just in case. Like some of our stuff like that's destroy, like it doesn't. Okay. Oh well, it is what it is. Next card's gonna be a Viscera Seer for a single black. It's a 1/1 vampire wizard. You sacrifice a creature to scry 1. You gotta have it. It's like an auto include.
Yeah. Well, it's such a nice sack outlet to just have sitting there, right? We have our Witch's Oven as well, which is, I enjoy this card a lot. 1 colorless, you sack another creature with a tap, you create a food token. If the sack creature's toughness was 4 or greater, create 2 food tokens instead.
Yeah. Once again, it's just fun. It's nice. So I thought it'd be cheaper. It's $1.50. I didn't expect that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gone up.
Yeah. But I'm guessing it's because everyone's doing it with like a combo with like
the cat, yeah.
Cauldron Familiar. Yeah. Our next card though is a Wolf Strider for 2 and a black. It's a horror that's a 3/2. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 white goat creature token, and you can sacrifice another creature to scry 1. It also has an escape cost for 3 double black. Exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. So that should be easy because we should have a lot of stuff in there. And this creature escapes with 2+1/+1 counters on it as well.
Well, with another sack outlet too, right? This is enough to get another flip off Sephiroth alone. If you just sacrifice the goat, sacrifice this, escape it again.
Yeah.
So that the black market is going to get fed hard.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like this. I like this deck a lot. This next one we have here is Yahini, Undying Partisan. 2 and a black for a 2/2 Aetherborn Vampire. I've always loved the artwork on Yahini. It's great. It has haste. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you put a 1/1 counter on Yahini and sack another creature. Yahini gains indestructible. Very, very hard
Once
to
again,
remove.
another stack out.
Yeah.
So that's all that stuff. And then obviously we need this. We need tokens because we're just not going to have enough creatures.
It's a big section. 15. 15's a big section. Yeah.
You want to flood the board with creatures. You're taking like as you can see so far, I have very little interaction. I don't care. I have some interaction. So,
I was gonna say I really like this list so far. Sure, I don't know what it is about this, but this is all like gas pedal. This is all mean.
I know. I built this thinking like you.
I gotta say I like it. I gotta say it's really, really mean. It's gonna drain one person. Whoever has wronged you in the Commander Night before this, they're getting drained to 0 so fast.
I have no artifact removal.
Don't need it.
I have no enchantment removal.
Don't need it.
I have creature removal and player removal.
Yeah, I like it. Again, that emblem's brutal.
So yeah, we have 15 in token generation here. So let's start off here with it's going to be a Blight Mound for 2 and a black. It's an enchantment. Attacking pests you control get +1/+0 and have menace. It's actually kind of important, okay? Because like things like rats are pests.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with. When this creature dies, you gain 1 life.
I like it. I love the pest tokens.
See, so, like I said, we want to gain life here and there because people are going to be attacking us because they have to. Yeah,
because you'll need it. As soon as I saw this commander, I was like, I wish I could have Bellatross in this deck. So I'm glad we have a Blight Mound in it. We have our Bloodline Keeper next. 2 double black, flying 3/3 vampire. Has a tap, create a 2/2 black vampire. So again, just something to feed to Sephiroth, easy. 1 black, transform it, activate only if you control 5 or more vampires. And we get Lord of Lineage, 5/5 flyer. Flying, other vampires you control get 2/2, and you tap, you get a 2/2 black vampire creature token with flying.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
Just nice.
Human Avatar Soldier. One sec, sorry, I'm just checking.
Right.
I'm just looking at Sephiroth's types here. Angel Nightmare Avatar.
Human
okay.
Avatar Soldier.
This is an angel deck.
Yeah.
You know how fun it would be to be like, hey guys, do you mind if I test out my angel deck? I really like that. You sit down with a mono black sacrifice deck. What? Okay.
I'm making an angel.
I really like it. I'm playing angels. Don't worry about it. It's all vampires and pests. Okay. Take us away with our next one.
Okay, the next one is going to be Curse of the Restless Dead for 2 to black. It's an enchantment. It's an aura. It's the curse. You enchant a player. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under enchanted player's control, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. So you can either put this on yourself so that you make your own zombies whenever you want, or landfall has become very, very popular lately.
I was going to say Zamone. I see Zamone decks all the time.
So, hey, guess what? That person is your best friend. And remember, zombies with decay are great to stack up. They can't block, so that means you must attack with it. The moment you attack and combat ends, they sacrifice. So you can send them like all to like one person, have them take whatever damage. They all sacrifice. And guess what? Your commander transforms again.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
There's so many ways to transform it. It's just silly.
Yeah. I see why you needed a big ramp section too. You have your dread summons. X double black. Each player mills X cards for each creature milled. Rough. For each creature put into a graveyard this way, you create a 2/2 black zombie token. I like it.
Did I mention that we will be the target at the table?
Oh yeah, this one's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, this one's harsh. The next one we have is Endrek Sar, Master Breeder, for 4 and a black, legendary creature, human wizard, 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create X 1/1 black thrall creature tokens, where X is that spell's mana value. When you control 7 or more thralls, sacrifice Endrek. So I think we have like 30-ish creatures. Let me just double check in this deck. 28 creatures in this deck, so it's not bad.
That's a ton. Well, the other thing too is even with Sephiroth, you can just keep getting them with Sephiroth and then having 3 creatures to instantly sack the minute it enters.
Yeah, every single time.
And that enters, we can't forget, is also a draw.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We have our ghoul color. Oh.
So like the way it would work, okay, so like with this, like with Sephiroth, because you kind of saw the loop there. So when it comes in, Sephiroth can like sack one, or 3 of them comes in, you sack one to Sephiroth to draw a card. You have 2 left. If you can find like two more things, or those 2 plus 1 more creature or token sacrifice, you flip Sephiroth and then you repeat the process.
Yeah. Do you have a Grave Pact in this deck?
No.
Okay, good.
I'm not that mean.
Okay, good. I was going to say, you can flip it pretty quick with a Grave Pact.
Yeah. This deck, I am mean, but I'm not that mean. This deck is like, right now, not including Sephiroth, is around $140.
That's fair.
Okay, it's $136.39, so basically $140. My maybe board, my maybe section with 10 cards, it's already like the same price.
Okay.
This gets outrageous fast if you spend money.
Yeah, this is definitely an upgradable deck for sure. It already looks mean. We have our Ghoul Caller Gisa here. 3 double black. For a human wizard, 3/4. You pay 1 black, tap, sack another creature. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is that sacrificed creature's power.
Hey, our commander, when it's flipped, it's a 5/5.
I was just gonna say I would use this constantly to just throw the commander away after I get my emblem, and then have 5 more zombies to feed the commander the minute I cast it again.
And that's the thing, like in my maybe board, I'm gonna spoil a little bit. If you have an Astronaut's Altar.
Oh yeah.
You can just sacrifice to pay the commander tax.
Well, and especially too if you have something like a black market out, right? It's very easy to just throw this away. Then after you kill your next few zombies, you got 5 extra mana next turn, then 10 extra mana next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incremental.
I like it.
Our next card here is going to be Ghoulish Procession. For 1 and a black, it's an enchantment. Whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's like generates a token from time to time. It's not as crazy as these other ones, but it still creates something for us.
But again, it's a 35-cent piece that's just going to keep getting us extra zombies to throw away, right? Extra things to throw away is great.
Yeah.
We have our Idol of False Gods next. 2 mana for a Kindred artifact Eldrazi. You pay 1 and a colorless, tap it. Create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature with sack it, add a colorless. So again, kind of nice piece of ramp. Whenever an Eldrazi you control dies, you put a 1/1 counter on Idol of False Gods. As long as Idol of False Gods has 8 or more 1/1 counters on it, it's a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types and S Annihilator too. I like it.
People get really scared when they see this. I don't know why.
I'm okay with that one.
Oh, Annihilator. I hate Annihilator. They should have never made that stupid.
It's a rough mechanic to deal with.
It is. Our next card is going to be Lord Skitter, Sewer King, for 2 and a black. Legendary creature, Rat Noble, 3/3. Whenever another rat enters the battlefield under your control, exile up to 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block.
Is this Final Fantasy set a standard set or is it just an extra set?
I believe it will be standard.
I might make something like this on Arena if it is, because this seems crazy. I didn't even think about the rats. That's so mean.
Yes, it is a standard legal set.
All right. Arena's going to be crazy. I'll be the first to admit this.
I'm gonna probably play Arena again.
I might get into Final Fantasy Arena. I could see that. We have a Mimic Vat Sherman. We have a Mimic Vat, 3 mana. It has imprint. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may exile that card. If you do, return each other card exiled with it to its owner's graveyard. 3 and a tap. Create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with Mimic Vat. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step.
Okay, hear me out. It's just because it is a slow card that I threw it in.
But I mean, if you just keep having, like, if you have the geese out, I would just keep paying 3 to remake Sephiroth.
Yeah, but if someone takes out Mimic Vat, then you don't have your commander, period, after.
Yeah, but you've got to sacrifice out. Like, you just throw away Sephiroth, so throw away the Gisa.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. The Mimic Vat seems mean. I would use it to loop Sephiroth so many times. So anyways, I have 13 emblems.
But that's the thing, though. Mimic Vat is slow.
I love it.
And if someone takes out, if you do that with your commander, and someone takes out Mimic Vat, then your Sephiroth is stuck in limbo.
That's fair. I was just playing with Mimic Vat in Obika. It's so fun to end the turn before I lose that.
Yeah, like, just because I might use Mimic Vat for something like, I don't know, like a Fleshbag Marauder, is not my fault.
Didn't even think about that one. Don't even want to think about that one, to be honest.
The next one is gonna be Ogre Slumlord for 3 double black. It's a creature, Ogre Rogue, 3/3. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you may create a 1/1 black rat creature token, and rats you control have Death Touch.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so if you combine that with, like, the other pests that we have, like, or the Sewer King, sure, the rats can't block. I don't care.
Are rats pests? I don't think they're pests. I think pests are their own type, right? Or what is a pest?
Oh, pests are like insects, rats, snakes, spiders. Hang on, let's bring up the full list.
I think pest is its own creature type, I think.
No, it's a group sort of like outlaw. A creature type that is generally small, irritating. Actually, that's not it. That's a...
No, these pests are their own just creature type.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a bunch that act like as they keep all of them that are that, but the pests are their own little annoying creature type. Like Arcavios brought them back, but like from Mirrodin. Yeah.
Either way, rats are still going to be annoying.
Oh yeah. No. Okay, your rats aren't pests, but they're still death touchers. Okay. Yeah. That's mean. We have Open the Graves as well here. This is 3 double black. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Again, pretty good. Is that just very similar to this Ghoulish Procession artwork too? Similar, but doesn't
very,
trigger
very
just once a
similar.
turn.
Yeah, which is nice. And then we have Piper of the Swarm for 1 and a black. Rats you control have menace. And then for 1 and a black, you can tap it, create a 1/1 black rat creature token. And then for 2 double black, sacrifice 3 rats, gain control of target creature.
If somebody sacrifices 3 rats, takes my commander, and then sacrifices my commander to flip Sephiroth, I'm going to flip the table. That's brutal. I like that. This is your Rats and Angels deck. It's our next one we have is a Revenge of Rats. 2 double black for sorcery. You create 3 1/1 black rat creature tokens for each. Oh, sorry, I read wrong. Create a tapped 1/1 black rat creature token for each creature card in your graveyard, which is big. And then flashback. So again, if it's late game, you have 20 plus creatures in the grave. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the flashback cost being the same as wild.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good if it gets self-milled. It's good if someone else mills it. There's no penalty. Or you just do it back to back and be like, here's 80 rats. What's up?
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah. But next card here is going to be our last token generator. It's going to be Rise of the Dread Marn for 2 and a black. It's an instant. You create X 2/2 black zombie berserker creature token, where X is the number of non-token creatures that died this turn. And it has Foretell for a single black.
I love Foretell. Yeah, being able to hold up just that 1 black mana and threaten to board wipe is crazy.
Yeah, it's really good.
Go ahead, blow everything up. I got it. We have our card advantage here.
Yeah. So you can see what's the next section, card advantage. It's 12. Like we have 12 card advantage spells. So, and hopefully that gets us going, because like we need a lot of mana, so we need to get to our ramp quite a bit, and then hopefully we can just out-generate everyone.
Well, you've got some life gain in the command zone, right? So a lot of the downsides to these cards already aren't a problem.
Yeah.
I'll start us off here. We have our ambitions cost 3 and a black for a sorcery. You draw 3 cards, lose 3 life.
And then the next card is going to be Ancient Craving for 3 and a black sorcery as well. And you draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life.
Nice. Similar theme. I love Black Market Connections. I really hope they bring the price of that one down, because it goes in so many cool decks. So yeah. We have the Black Market Connections, 2 and a black. It's an enchantment. The beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you choose 1 or more. You sell Contraband, which gets you a treasure token and lose a life, which is great. We're already throwing things away, getting life. Easy. Buy information, draw a card, lose 2 life. I'll take that deal nearly every time. And then hire a mercenary. You create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter with changeling. You lose 3 life. Every part of it's great.
Yeah.
You're
Chances are you'll do all of them.
Well, yeah, you're going to be up on life a lot, right? So you're ramping. You're getting a creature to sacrifice and a draw. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Next one is called Body Count for 2 and a black. It's an instant. It has Spectacle. So for a single black, you may cast this spell for its Spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. Hey, guess what? That's going to happen.
Yeah, that's great. That's always...
You draw a card...
I was going to say really quickly, it's always a 1 mana cost in this deck.
Practically is. So, and you draw a card for each creature that died under your control this turn. So, especially if we're playing with a lot of tokens and we do a board wipe or something like that, or experience a board wipe, no problem. We will benefit from that.
Yeah. Again, it's great. I'm a big fan of that one. We have our Braids as well. I hate Braids. Every time I see this card, I hate this card. Braids Arisen Nightmare, 1 double black. It's a Nightmare 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, you may sack an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker, which, again, another sack outlet is great. If you do, each opponent may sack a permanent that shares a card type with it, which I never do because I want my cards. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card.
Yeah, so we're draining them more.
Yeah.
We're getting more cards. And yeah, we're down a token. I don't care if we're down a token.
Yeah, I'll pay that 2 life every time and keep my stuff around.
Yeah. So the next one is going to be a Grim Harrowspec for 2 and a black. It's a creature, human, wizard, 3/2. It has morph for a single black. And whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you draw a card.
Yeah. You have a lot of card drawing here.
Yeah. I like card draw.
Oh, I love the bats. We have Idol of Oblivion next. 2 mana rock. You tap it, draw a card, activate only if you create a token this turn. We have 15 token generating things. That's easy to get. And then pay 8 and a color 8, tap it, sack it, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token, which is also a problem late.
Yeah. Especially like if you're forcing people to like lose creatures constantly, like the 10/10 becomes a big threat.
Well, yeah, 10 damage is always scary.
Yeah. The next one is a fun one, is Moonstone Geologist for 3 double black. It's a creature, bat, warlock, 4/4, has flying. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you create a blood token. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Moonstone Geologist, and you gain 1 life.
Just if you throw away blood tokens to make me have to sacrifice my soul ring or something to Braids because I have no more life left, and yuck. Yeah, I love the artwork on all these old the Bloomburrow bats. I really like it. I wish that they had made like another precon that was the bats. Like a bats precon would have been so cool. I loved the bats in that set. It's so great. I love to play Zoraline. It's one of my favorite current decks. So good. So good. We have our Morbid Opportunist next. 2 and a black for a 1/3 human rogue. Whenever one or more other creatures die, draw a card, triggers only once a turn.
All we really need.
Yeah.
Then we have Plum the Forbidden for 1 and a black. It's an instant. Adds an additional cost to cast this spell. You may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy this spell for each creature sacrificed this way. You draw a card and you lose 1 life.
I like that. That's really cool because you're going to negate, it's another sack outlet. You're going to negate the life loss with your commander.
Yeah, so it's basically sacrifice a creature to draw a card.
Yeah, I was just double checking.
Or,
I am remembering that commander right. You are gaining life.
Yeah. Or if you have 2 emblems, then sacrifice a creature, drain everybody, and gain a life.
Yeah, you're actually up life. This is a life gain card in this deck. The worst is because, again, you can just use it as a big draw, throw Sephiroth away again, and then get your emblem stuff starting all over once more.
Yeah, it's nice.
We have a Read the Bones next. 2 and a black, you scry 2, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life.
Fun times. And then we have Uldaran Bloodcaster for 1 and a black. Creature, vampire, wizard, 2/1, flying. Whenever this creature or another non-token creature you control dies, you create a blood token. When you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform this creature. It transforms to Bloodbat Summoner for 3/3. It has flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste in addition to its other types.
That's pretty cool.
It's interesting.
I like this artwork a lot. Yeah, I like that. The turning those blood tokens into bats is very, very fun. I was going to say really quickly as well, you I don't know if you have any of them later on, But there's also so many of those like village rights, like sack a creature, draw a card, sack a creature, get 2 treasures. Like the path that you can take with this deck are crazy.
Yeah, there's so much, like, cutting down on this deck was actually very difficult, just because, like, there's so many things for aristocrats, and so many people have experience with aristocrats that it's very, very, very hard to fine tune something like this. It's very hard to narrow down what you want to do.
Well,
like, some people have. Sorry,
I was going to say really quickly too. I think that it'd be one of the hard things is it'd be hard to make like this deck so far very unique. I want to build something like this. It's super cool, but it's very hard to make a unique deck like this because there's so many cards that are just like, yes, I've got to put this in. Yes, this is a great aristocrats card. I must have it, right?
yeah. Like, I don't have a blood artist in this. I don't have a Zulaport cutthroat. Those are auto includes for decks like these. But like, Sephiroth already does that. I don't care. So I just want to repeatedly like lose him and then get him back again, right?
Like I said, so far you've got me sold. I'm very interested in this one so far. We have our creature tutor section. I'll just quickly take this one. Buried Alive, 2 and a black for sorcery. You search your library for up to 3 creature cards, put them into the graveyard, then shuffle.
Yeah, so we do have some recursion in here, which is kind of nice. So
yeah.
Then we go to our next section here. It's going to be mass creature removal. So sometimes we need to remove more than one, then this will just help us. So only 4 cards, because we don't need it too often, because we're not that mean. We're mean, but not that mean. The first one we have is going to be Butcher of Malachar. It's in here because it's a 7 cost. It's 5 double black. It's hard to bring out.
Reasonable Grave Pact. People do have creature removal. They don't really have enchantment. 4 mana versus 7 mana. Reasonable Grave Pact. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's a creature. It's easier to remove. Okay. So because of those 2 factors, it's in here. Okay. It's a 5/4 and it's flying. So it's hard to block. Whenever Butcher of Malachar or another creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Well, like I said, we have 2 kinds of removal: creature removal and player removal. That's all we care about.
Honestly, this deck almost feels like you're getting hit with a dragon deck with how many like 5/5 flyers you have.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't pay attention to that at all, especially considering that if you only have 1 creature and you can only block 1 of them, at least 15 damage is still swinging your way. I didn't calculate that at all.
Yeah, you've got a lot of 5/5 flyers, a lot of big damage in the sky. I don't like it. We have Make an Example, which is also a fun card that you don't get to see very often. And it's very cool. 3 and a black. Each opponent separates the creatures they control into 2 piles. For each opponent, you choose one of the piles. Each opponent sacks the creatures in their chosen pile. I love this as a political tool to hate on one creature and just be like, hey, like, I have a pseudo board wipe. I'm going to leave all your stuff alone. But you have to help me out and kill this person. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll leave all my stuff in my pile.
Yeah. So, this is just, it's just fun. It's just silly. I don't see this often enough. So
it does say piles can be empty.
Yeah. So that's so that you make it so that, like, if one person has at least 1 creature or no creatures, you can still cast this, and it doesn't matter. So,
well, the other thing too, really quickly, I was going to say, I might also be playing a sacrifice deck, and I'll be like, I'll throw everything in 1 pile. Make me sack it all.
That's true. Did not consider that. The next one is going to be your classic Toxic Deluge for 2 and a black. An additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. All creatures get -X until end of turn. I have this in here because I like to be able to control what dies. So it's not like a damnation where everything dies. I want to be like, okay, I only care that things that like are with power 4 or less die, because once again I have a lot of flyers that are big toughness. So
Well, honestly,
you
too,
know,
indestructible is a big thing right now, right? It is nice to be able to, pardon me here. It is nice to be able to get rid of that. I know a lot of players who hold up like things, a heroic intervention, very common card, right? Intervene
Yeah.
away.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead nuts.
Yeah, I like it. You also have Vonus Hunger, and I love the artwork. I spoiled that one for myself. Random scrolling there. 2 and a black. It has Ascend. If you control 10 or more permanents, which should be easy in this, you get the City's Blessing. Each opponent sacks a creature. If you have the City's Blessing, instead, each opponent sacks half the creatures he or she controls, rounded up. Vonus Hunger, so mean. At instant speed. You want to attack me? Bam. Lose half your creatures.
Yeah. Great defensively. You know, and like even if like chances are we will get the City's Blessing. We will get the 10 or more permanents. So it's almost guaranteed that everyone's going to like all your opponents are going to sacrifice half their creatures, and that's devastating against this deck.
There's a lot of players, myself, I'm one of them. I like to have 50 Scoot Swarm tokens out. I'm not above that. You make me sack half that, like I'm gonna nearly die. Actually, I probably will die because I'm still gonna have all of the drain and then the emblem drain.
Yeah.
At instant speed when I try to kill you with Scoot Swarms.
Yeah. Fun times.
I like it. And then you have a life drain section, Sherman.
Keyboard vibes.
Sherman, you have a life drain section too. All right.
I only have 2 types of removal. I have creature removal and I have player removal.
That's all you need.
First one here for life drain. We only have 3 cards, okay? So it's not so bad, but like Sephiroth is a life drain. So the first one we have is going to be Bastion of Remembrance for 2 and a black. Enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. When a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Great all around. You're getting a token, you're getting drain, you're hurting my feelings. I like it. Yeah, that's I enjoy that one a lot. We have our Mirkwood Bats next. 3 and a black. Whenever you create or sack a token, each opponent loses a life. That's doubly annoying.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, we generate the creature tokens, we sacrifice the creature token. We generate treasure tokens, we sacrifice treasure tokens. We also have food tokens, we have rat tokens, we have blood tokens.
Yeah. We give a little, we take a little.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then the last one we have here is gonna be Sir Conrad the Grim for 3 double black. Legendary creature, human knight 5/4. Whenever another creature dies, or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves the graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. And for 1 and a black, each player mills a card. I mainly put this in just for that mill, to be honest, because people forget that Sir Conrad mills and they'll still do things like Vampiric Tutor, and I'll just mill it away.
Top deck control's great.
Yeah.
I like it. And then
but at the same time, it's just devastating.
You have another big section here too. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you have the comeback section. Okay. Let's crack into this one. I like this. Comeback wrong. 2 and a black. Sorcery. Destroy target creature. If a creature card is put into a graveyard this way, return to the battlefield under your control, sack it at the beginning of your next end step. I like this. I like this a lot.
Yep. So it just allows us to, like, you know, add to the body count.
Again, yeah, a piece of creature removal that gives us, it's going to get a double off of that for Sephiroth, like you said, right? 1, and then it's going to sacrifice itself again anyways. I like it.
Yeah. The next card here is going to be Hell's Caretaker for 3 and a black. It's a horror. That's a 1/1. You can tap it to sacrifice a creature. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only during your upkeep. So it's a very limited window.
I really like that card, though. The artwork's very cool. The effect's very cool. The flavor text is very cool. The rules are clear. If you want to leave, you need to convince someone to take your place.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like this. Malevolent Awakening, a card I don't know at all. 1 double black for an enchantment. You can pay 1 double black, sack a creature, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. I like that.
It's expensive, but once again, like hopefully we generate enough mana, especially from things like treasure tokens or black market connection, that we can do this constantly, especially with our token creatures.
Well, again, still worst case scenario, it is just another sack outlet that's going to bring you other creatures back.
Yep. The next one is just a fun one I just want to try and play around with. It's going to be 9 Lives Familiar. For 1 double black, it's a 1/1 cat. This creature enters with 8 revival counters on it if you cast it. When this creature dies, if it had a revival counter on it, return it to the battlefield with 1 fewer revival counter on it and at the beginning of the next end step.
I like that a lot.
I just want to play around with it. It's a cute cat.
It seems very fun. I love the artwork. I hope that they make revival counters a thing. That would be fun. But then people proliferate with
I want this as a playmat.
Yeah, I like that.
I
like that artwork a lot. That's very cool. I didn't
even think about putting this in the Traxa.
Yeah.
Golly.
This again, this is just a very, very cool reanimation version, like flavorful. I really like that card. I hadn't seen it. I didn't see as much foundations as I would have liked. We have next a reassembling skeleton. Glad to see this one in here because it's such a good card to just throw away. 1 in the black, it's a 1/1 skeleton warrior, and for 1 in the black, you can return it to the battlefield tapped.
Once again, it's just there to help feed us. So, the next one's fun. It's going to be Thrilling Encore for 4 in the black, instant. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Love that card a lot. I actually haven't seen any other player ever play Thrilling Encore but me. I know other people use it because it's in decks, but I've never seen anyone in person do it. I love Thrilling Encore. Thrilling Encore and Stunning Reversal. Those are 2 cards I play all the time.
Oh, Stunning Reversal. So annoying.
Right. We have an Unearth. 1 black mana. Return target creature with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And also cycling. We're never cycling this card.
Never. It's too useful. The next card we have is going to be a Victimize for 2 in a black. Sorcery. Choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield tapped.
Yeah. I like that one. We have the last one on our comeback section here. Is this the last one of the deck? Minus the maybe board. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we have our Witch of the Moors. 3 double black for a human warlock with death touch. It's a 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, each opponent sacks a creature and you return up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to your hand. That's phenomenal.
At the end step, every single turn, every single one of your turns, people sacrifice a creature and then you bring something back. It's stupid.
I really like that. And again, that nearly auto transforms Sephiroth.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then you can bring back things like, oh, my Butcher of Malakir. Oh, you got rid of that? Okay, I'll bring it back.
Gross. You've got a few lands. Anything important in the land section you need? I know you've got a Reliquary Tower. It looks like you're drawing a lot potentially.
Yeah, so we have that. We have Rogue's Passage because it's necessary. But the 2 that are the key ones are going to be Memorial to Folly. So, and that's going to be for, like, it enters tapped, and you tap it for a black for obvious reasons. And then for 2 in a black, you tap it to sacrifice this land, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So, that's really good for something when you want to grab something that you need that someone removed. And the same thing for Mortuary Mire. Enters tap, When it enters the battlefield, you may put target creature card from your graveyard on top of your library instead, and you tap for a black. So those are the only two that really matter.
Yeah, I like this deck a lot so far. And let's see what you've maybe boarded, Sherman. Maybe board price $133. Wow.
Yeah, so my maybe board is 10 cards, usual, and these 10 cards are equivalent basically to the whole deck that we just described.
Well, we do a lot of times, we do make a lot of cheaper decks, right? Like I just love to play this like bracket 2 stuff. I like playing a lot of nonsense right now. And Sherman's always been like a good budget brewer. Sherman Slothy also loves the like budget brew kind of stuff, right? So it is nice to just have some bangers to suggest to throw in and stuff, because there's lots of spaces you can do it. Let's look at this first one. I don't know how to pronounce this. Aklazot's Deepest Betrayal. 3 double black for a Bat God 4/4 with flying lifelink. When it attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw. Great. Whenever an opponent discards a land, you get a bat. Great. When it dies, return to the battlefield tapped and transformed. Is it one of the land ones? Yeah. And it's Temple of the Dead transformed. Taps for a black, or 2 and a black, transform it. Activate only if a player has 1 or few cards in hand. I like that one.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. So, like, for $10, what do you expect, right?
Yep, true.
The next card is going to be, like I said before, Ashnod's Altar. For 3 mana, artifact, sacrifice a creature, add 2 colorless. So you can use that to sack, a bunch of creatures to pay for the commander attack if need be, right? Or you have Sephiroth out, you're going to sacrifice Sephiroth, but you sacrifice all these creatures first to generate that mana, flip Sephiroth, get the emblem, sacrifice Sephiroth, recast it using all that mana from the Ashnod's Altar plus a black.
Yeah, I was going to say it's only 1 black, so.
Yeah.
You have a biotransference here too.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's pretty mean. That one's a 2 double black enchantment. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to their other types. Same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. And whenever you cast an artifact, you lose a life. You create a 2/2 black Necron warrior artifact creature token. It's great.
I'm really sad that I missed out on the Warhammer stuff still. Like, I wish I had a bunch of these unique cards. They're so unique. They're
so
great.
Hard to find, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so hard to find now, and when you do find them, they're expensive. It's just like, oh man.
Yeah, they need a reprint. A lot of them do. Even things like the Gearson Starn, like that's such a popular commander and stuff. It's so cool to see. Like I love the Gearson Starn decks.
The next card we have here is going to be Calling the Weak for a single black. It's going to be an enchantment. So sacrifice a creature to add 4 black mana to your mana pool.
It's an instant. It's an instant one.
Or sorry, instant.
Sorry, yeah. But I didn't realize it was up that much.
Instant, yeah.
I didn't realize it was up to $13. That's a good card, but 13's rough.
Yeah.
There's that.
But it's just so much mana. You get an extra 3 mana basically when you work it out.
Yeah. Free Dark Ritual and a sack outlet is great.
Yeah.
You have your Dictate of Erebos. That's mean in there. $20. So I'm glad it's up there in price. 3 double black with flash. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent sacks a creature. Mean.
It's just nice for the flash.
I didn't even think about the next card in here.
Yeah, I want to make this deck into a actual commander deck, but I just never find it. And that's going to be a Fumulus, the Infestation, for 3 and a black. Legendary creature, vampire insect. It's a 2/2. Flying, death touch. When a player sacrifices a non-token creature, create a 1/1 black insect creature token with flying. Whenever an insect, leech, slug, or worm you control attacks, the defending player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It seems like it's a fun commander.
It is a very cool card. I'm going to take a picture of that one because I still want to build it.
It's just hard to find because it wasn't in Jumpstart.
Oh, I know all the Jumpstart stuff.
Or
I wish they did Jumpstart Legends. Just put all the legendary creatures from Jumpstart in a thing. Made it so I could get them without having to play pack roulette. I would love it. We have
that would be nice.
a Calidus, Trader of Get. 2 double black for 3/4 Vampire Warrior, lifelink. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card. Put a 2/2 black zombie on. That's mean. I hate it. 2 and a black, sack another vampire or zombie. Put 2/1/1 counters on Calidus. That's also great. I haven't made a Calidus deck ever. I kind of want to.
It's so brutal just because like you basically stop most reanimate shenanigans, right?
Yeah. Well, annoying cards like this. Annoying cards like this always like have the problem that you're going to get overrun. But when all your removal is just sitting there making you zombie tokens, it's all right.
Yeah, it's hard to find because it is an older card. They need to bring it back. They need to reprint it.
Yeah, that was Gatewatch. Is it Oath of the Gatewatch? Is that what it is? Yeah, Oath of the Gatewatch.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards like in that whole those whole blocks that are just wonderful cards.
Yeah, 100%. The next card here is going to be Liliana, Dreadhorde General for 4 double black. Legendary Planeswalker Liliana comes in with 6 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control dies, you draw a card. For our +1, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which is nice because it's sack folder. -4, each player sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. So we would auto transform our commander.
Yep.
And -9, each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. There is a good chance this will happen because no one will have enough creatures to deal damage to Liliana.
Well, the problem is you focus on Liliana, you ignore the Sephiroth. The Sephiroth drains and kills you.
Yeah.
Turgid in the maybe board is so mean. 3 double black. This is a game changer. It's a legendary creature god 4/5 with menace. Whenever an opponent sacks a non-token permanent or discards a permanent card, you may put it on the battlefield under your control, which is so fun. Our cards. Then it also has Turgid's Lantern on the back. 3 and a black. For legendary artifact, tap it, target player loses 3 life unless they sack a non-land permanent or discard a card, and then 3 and a black again, untap it.
Yeah. It's Turgid. What else can I say? Do you want friends?
Yeah, Turgid's mean.
Yeah, so like if your play group doesn't care, there you go. Throw in Turgid. If they do care, don't throw in Turgid.